Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Innocent and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Purpose. Welcome to our channel. Our community is focused on fostering the intellectual and character development in children. We do this through our parent-child workshops that are focused on 4 themes: autonomy, self-efficacy, compassion, and self-concept, in order to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in each child. And we are so thrilled to be offering one of the first of its kind digital, virtual, and continuous learning environments, enabling parents and children to connect from all around the world. At Project Purpose, our overarching mandate is to renew and rebuild family, community, and relationships. Our different social media platforms provide us with an opportunity to have discussions and to create space for all topics that relate to family, community, and relationships with ourselves as well as with others, with a primary focus on mental health and education. More precisely, the ways that the institutions of mental health and education play a role and have played a role in our societies at large. These discussions and debates provide us with an opportunity to think critically about what needs to change within these structures for us to live up to our bold slogan, support, protect, and empower each child through youth-focused development, better known as leadership in juvenescence. We recognize that in valuing our children's leadership potential, this also translates as recreating and co-creating environments, both socially and politically, that will enable our children to thrive. For those of you who are particularly keen on the topic, we also write thought pieces every other Monday. We actually just dropped a thought piece this past Monday, so definitely be sure to meander over to the website and check out our online content. Now, if it is the case that you're looking for a listening alternative, well, we're available wherever podcasts are playing, and we provided you with access to a few links down below. Now, as is the convention, be sure to subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you are aware of every time we post. And of course, if you like these conversations and you want to keep them going, like, comment, and share this segment. Let's get into it. Allô les mecs et les mecs. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment here on Project Purpose. For those of you who are new, we cover topics that relate to mental health, mental wellness, and education on a week-by-week basis. And today's topic of discussion is mental health. On the conversation on mental health, I'm going to give you some 3 tips and tricks on staying grounded and why it's important to stay grounded. And so staying grounded is one of those things that enables each of us to really approach decision-making, approach even the ways that we want to show up in the states of mind that we want to be in. With a lot of mindfulness and intention, it allows us to feel centered and to feel like we have that equilibrium that is required often in order to best represent ourselves in many situations and settings. And so for me, I always find myself needing to get grounded and to feel grounded. It is not my natural state. I think I've mentioned in a few of my videos when I first started this YouTube journey that I am a naturally fairly high-strung person. So when I started to really think about like the lifestyle choices that were going to benefit me, it was interesting that I was gravitating towards lifestyle choices that enabled me to get grounded, to feel centered, and to bring my thoughts into alignment and into control, and even cultivating this awareness of me being a watcher of my thoughts, not an extension of my thoughts. I think a lot of what I do now is really a testament to the amount of dedication and investment that I have placed into feeling grounded, because I feel like it is the best state of being for me to be in. And I think that because I enjoy feeling grounded so much. For those of you who do have some anxiety, who are a little bit on the high-strung side, who have a lot of energy to spare, here's how we ground that energy and we channel and focus that energy in ways that best serve us, rather than allow ourselves to spin out and to feel like we're spiraling from all of the energetic chaos that can ensue when we're not looking to find a way to structure it out or to create alignment. And so my first one that enables me to feel grounded on a daily basis is my affirmations. My affirmations are the way that I build my lens for the day. They're the ways that I choose to look at my day regardless of the events that take place. And I find it just so important to start your day off with an intention as to how you want to approach the situations that are part of your day, because reality is 10% of what happens around you and 90% of what's going on within you. So I think it's really, really important for me to ground myself by having these affirmations, and with these affirmations sort of establishing the lens within which I'm going to to navigate and experience the interactions that I'm going to have on a day-to-day basis. So that is key. It is paramount, and it is part of my daily rituals, it's part of my morning and nighttime rituals, and I couldn't go without them, because without that, it's like every situation that you encounter throughout the day can really throw you off the kilter. It can really be discombobulating. And when you start your day with affirmations with an intention as to how you would like your day to go, then things have less of the power to disrupt you and to kind of take you off your game. So that's my first one. My second way that I stay grounded is through exercise, through movement. And as I mentioned, I'm a high-strung person. I have a lot of energy, and the best way for me to channel that energy is in movement. And so I am someone who knows fundamentally, like, I need to move my body. I am not someone who can sit static all day and all night and then not feel this excess energy kind of agitating me. So some of us, like, we might not know that our bodies need more movement than what we're given, but if you feel like out of nowhere you have like this agitation, like you feel irritable, you feel like restless, then that's just like signals, emotional signals of what your body needs, and your body needs motion. And so for me, if that's walking to and from work, that's a great deal of motion that helps me. It's a good amount of mobility, but even above that, how I feel grounded is some of the exercise practices that I incorporate. And I am fundamentally of the mindset that exercise is need to have in everyone's life. And I don't think that we all need to follow the same exercise routine. I don't think we all need to like the same exercises. There are some exercises that for me are horrendous. I do not like them. And because exercise is part of my day-to-day, I can align myself to the workout that feel good and that enable me to feel grounded, whether that's yoga, whether that's strength training. I'm trying to take up some cardio. I decided to try to get back into some of the sports and some of the recreational sports that I used to do just for cardio, because the workouts that I gravitate towards that help me feel grounded are not necessarily the kinds where I'm getting a good cardio workout in, but I'm getting like strength training and toning, and I'm getting that mindfulness factor in. But again, it's always this work in progress. Like, it's never something that I'm going to nail down and it's going to be like down to a science, because I'm growing and I'm shifting and I'm changing. And so my habits need to modify and accommodate that growth and those shifts and that change. And so that's really important for me as well. I think starting my day with affirmations helps me to stay grounded and helps me make sure that I'm not allowing myself to start my day feeling high strung. And it's also like important because if you're like me and you wake up with lots of thoughts, like I wake up with so much activity, like so many thoughts, so many things I want to talk about that I want to just kind of parcel through, and then I also want to like build up my agenda for the day, build up my routines for the day. Like I wake up with a lot of activity going on in my brain, and so the affirmations help me center that activity, help me ground myself in the way that I want to approach it, how I want to approach my day. And the movement helps me with the excess energy, because I'm telling you, I am vibrating with energy at all times. But I like to leverage my energy for specific initiatives, for specific projects, whether that's project purpose, whether that's the creative energy that I want to leverage into work, or whether that's energy for me and my partner. I mean, there's different places where I want that energy to go, but before it flows anywhere, I need to center it, I need to ground it, and then I can direct it. We can't direct chaos, but we can definitely give ourselves the opportunity to filter that chaos through calmness, through centeredness, through groundedness, and then leverage our energy the way we know we want to, the way we want to invest our energy from there. And last but not least, it's really important, I think the relationships that we choose to surround ourselves by need to be the kind of relationships that ground us and that center us, not the kind of relationships that stress us out, that make us feel panicked, that make us feel insecure, that make us feel unsure about ourselves. And I used to not really have a good filter on either side. Like, I didn't think to evaluate my relationships based on how or to what extent someone grounded me and helped me feel centered until I started dating my partner. And because my partner is such a grounding energy, like he helps me feel grounded in ways that none of my exercise could, that not my affirmations could. Like, and I have spent like my adult life figuring out ways to stay grounded, and he just naturally grounding presence. I just feel at calm and at peace around him. And I've realized that that's the kind of calm and peace I want to maintain in the decision making that I have around the kinds of individuals I want in my life. And sometimes I think that we don't know necessarily how to filter through relationships that are good for us and that aren't. And sometimes we think it's like the things they do, the things that they represent, but sometimes it's just the energy that they bring to the room and the energy that they bring to that relationship. But I think that having a grounded energy, being a grounded energy, we can't be a grounded energy until we do that work on our own. Like, unless we're like naturally, like my partner, I feel like he's like a naturally grounding human. So I think in that way we do balance each other out, but he does make me feel just so centered, so at peace. And because it feels so good to feel so centered and so at peace, it's really going to be from the baseline in how I establish relationships outside of my romantic relationship. I think that it's just so important that all of us feel like we are giving ourselves the appropriate foundation to pursue our goals, our dreams, our ambitions, to pursue inner healing, growth, and transformation, pursue the things that we want to pursue. But I think that is often underrated to the extent that groundedness and having that foundation to jumpstart the things that we know we want to do, whether that's internal, whether that's external, whether that's personal or professional, like being grounded is the crux of it. It is the basis of all things great that we can accomplish in this lifetime. So I want to come on here and have that conversation around being grounded, especially as it relates to mental health, because I think a lot of us just normalize feeling anxious, feeling worried, feeling fearful. And I think that the opposite of those feelings is feeling grounded, like feeling like whatever is happening, whatever could potentially happen, like I've got this, I can handle it, I know what it is that I need to do, but that all comes from a place of feeling grounded, feeling centered, and feeling capable. And I feel like they're synonymous. I feel the most capable when I feel the most grounded. So I want to come in here and talk about that, some food for thought for you. And if you're curious about self-mastery and all of the different ways that you can attain self-mastery, because it's not just a single one and done thing, there's just so many different areas of our own qualities and of our own lives that we can find mastery in, so that we can be really intentional about the ways that we show up. So if that is something that is of interest to you, then I want you to check out our live events. We host them twice a month, so check that out on our website. And as it relates also to my stalking situation, because that's still ongoing, that's definitely something that I will give you feedback on once I have feedback available. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to chatting with all of you very soon. We'll talk to you